How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Eric Carlson here again, running for Congress in the 1st Congressional District in Illinois. And I'm going to do part 2 here of, which will make it video 22, of my Why Would You Vote For Me series. Now, this is a short series in our larger series that's going to encompass 3 videos probably. But I'm just giving people an idea of why you would want to vote for me. Um, and if you think about this again, if you got to watch the first video, went over some major points. This is I want to go over some other points, and this is especially directed towards the Democrat voters in this district. Now, the district has been drawn, so it's roughly 75% Democrat voters. And the reason that was done was, of course, as we know, to keep control in the state of Illinois and to basically quash any Republican or independent vote. So you can send a message right now to the Democrat establishment by sending a non-politician, myself, to Washington, at least for 2 years. See how I do. This would send a major message to the establishment that they can't just take Democrat voters for granted here and just expect them to show up every 2 years and put whoever the Democrats put in front of them. Now, whoever your Democrat candidate is going to be beholden to people. They're going to take money from businesses. They're going to take money from PACs. They're going to take money from big tech corporations. They're going to get money from the Democrat Party to hold that seat. Now, they think it's a safe seat, so they don't think they'll have to spend that much. But still, Bobby Rush spent over $500,000 last time to defeat a Republican who spent $6,000. Um, that money could be spent in so many better ways for the people of the state of Illinois. So all these businesses and people, ask yourself what they're buying when they give money to these politicians. I'm not taking money from anyone. Ask yourself what those people are buying and who they're beholden to. And they'll tell you, well, they need money to run a campaign. Well, that means that they have to give jobs to people, hire campaign people who now they owe favors to and whatnot. And it's a rabbit hole that once you go down it, it's just not good. That's why I'm running my own campaign. Of course, if I get elected, I will need a congressional staff, and I'll make those selections as I go based on professional people who can do the job and are going to best help serve the people of the 1st Congressional District across the board. This is something, a lot of blue collar workers in the 1st District. You got South Side, South Suburbs, Southwest Suburbs, Will County, Kankakee County, a lot of blue collar people. If you look at Democrat candidates, ask yourself how many of them are actually blue collar. How many of them have had calluses on their hands, put on the work boots every day. I had over 20 years in the trades. Several of those years were with unions, Carpenters Union, Roofers Union, with the Teamsters. I know more about labor and actually working than the people you're going to see put up by the Democrat side who, it's just, I'm a real person. I'm a real everyday person, and I get the, the problems and the issues that people have on a day-to-day basis. Where someone who, you have people running on the Democrat side. One of them has been a state senator for 20 years. The other has been, working for his father, Jesse Jackson, for his entire life. And these people are part of the establishment, and it's part of what's destroying this state and this country, is allowing the same generation after generation these things to be handed down. And that's why it doesn't get any better. And again, they tell you that they're going to go to Washington, they're going to fight for you, and they're going to come back with a few crumbs, just enough to keep you coming back every 2 years and voting for them. The object is for you not to need them, for them to go there and work on actual things that the people want, as opposed to them having to go there. If anybody is going there and telling you, yeah, we're going to fight, well, who are you going to fight? That means that you have an enemy in this country, and you shouldn't have an enemy in this country. There's people that have different views and different ideas of how to get to the end point, which is what we all want. Democrats will tell you they want your safe neighborhoods and everything. What have you gotten from them in the city of Chicago here? What have you gotten for 75 years of Democrat rule, 80 years of Democrat rule? What have you gotten? The same thing year after year. They run your entire life from alderman to mayor to county board to the state legislature your congressmen, your senators, the state Senate, the U.S. Senate, the U.S. House of Representatives, and Joe Biden. That's what you get, and look where you're at right now. Representation. Now, this is just a common sense thing, and I want people to think about this. You're going to elect a member for 2 years to go to Congress, okay? The Republicans are going to take back the House. Even with all the gerrymandering in New Jersey and Maryland and Illinois and all these Democrat states trying to make up for what they know they're going to lose, the Republicans are going to take back the House. If you have a Republican representative, such as myself, from the district go there, I will be able to put forth legislation and deal with things that affect the first district, and I will be able to get them in front of the Republican leadership, whoever the Speaker of the House manages to be. Again, I said I'm not a big fan of Kevin McCarthy. I don't think he's strong enough, and I don't think he's smart enough to have that job. You need to have someone who is going to be able to take legislation to the leadership of the Republican Party and get it brought to the floor for a vote and get it passed on to the Senate and get it there. If you elect a Democrat representative for this term, they are not going to have nothing that they come up with. Any of this left-wing stuff that they're going to try and push is going to go to the floor anyway. It's not even going to be brought up. So basically, your vote for a Democrat candidate this session is a wasted vote. It's just a common sense thing. You want to vote Democrat? If you're a Democrat, wait 2 years. Vote the next time. If the Republicans don't do a good job and can't get things done, you have that option in 2 years to go ahead and vote somebody else in. But this is a foregone conclusion. Illinois draws the map, so they think that you are going to elect a Democrat. I'm hoping that for once, the people of the first district just say, you know what? Let's try something else. Don't look at the D or the R. Look at what the guy is going to do for you. Look at what this representative says he's going to try and do and hold his feet to the fire and make sure that he does it. So whoever goes from the first district is going to be a freshman, Republican or Democrat. Whoever goes is going to be a freshman there, which means, you're not going to have any seniority or anything. But again, with the Republicans controlling the House, who's going to have a bigger voice? And I'm planning on having a big voice anyway. I'm planning on going there and telling people exactly how things need to change. And if you please go look at my other videos and check out my website, ericcarlsonforcongress.com. First District, you can start with a clean slate right here. Clean slate. We start with a Republican and see how it goes. You haven't done it in over 90 years. You haven't had a Republican representative in 90 years in this in the first district. Why you wouldn't give this a shot? I don't know why you say the word Republican and people have such a knee-jerk reaction. It's because you've been brainwashed and fed your entire life that Republicans are keeping you down and they're a party that oppresses you and all that. It's not, people. It really isn't. It's a big room. Everyone's welcome. We want everyone to do better. That's what conservatives are about. If everybody does well, we all do well. Everybody is in a better position. Everybody is better. You don't have the infighting and the divisiveness when everyone is doing well. That's what Republicans and conservatives want. They want everybody to do well. Democrats want to tell you that the other side is trying to keep you down and you'll never be able to do well, and the only way you'll ever be able to even have some crumbs is if we go get them for you, because that's the only way. Yet all these Democrats who say supposedly go there and do this stuff, they all have college educations and good jobs and all kinds of money and power. And what do? They do absolutely nothing for you. They don't solve a problem, because if they solve the problem, then you wouldn't need them, would you? So why don't you elect someone who's actually going to solve problems? Common sense, folks. As far as I know, and now I looked at the numbers yesterday, I believe there's 19 Democrats listed now. It was 15. Now I see 19 names on the Democrat side. And I looked, and I don't see any other veterans. I may be wrong. Somebody can comment below, but I don't see anyone who is a veteran. So when we talk about service service to country and service to people. A lot of politicians, you hear them say all the time, well, I served in Congress and I served in the state Senate. No, you didn't. You served yourself. You went there for a reason, because you were on a power trip, or you liked the money, you liked the cush job, and you wanted to be in the know and rubbing elbows with people. You didn't serve. Serving, if you've ever been in the military, and especially in an infantry unit, you know what serving is. That's doing the most extreme hard stuff for very little pay, very little recognition. It's these people wouldn't know true service if it bit them in the ass. This is why my congressional reform bill that I want to pass, with all the things in there, would totally change the reasons people go to Congress. People would not go there for the reasons they go there now, for power, for wealth, for money, to do the insider trading. You see them now. Nancy Pelosi and everyone is now coming out going to, oh, we're going to stop stock trading. Yeah, you already made your $100+ million. What good does that do now? You control everything. You're bought and paid for by all these corporations that you passed legislation and benefited from on the other end. It's got to end, people. It's got to end. This career politician, these people who are getting rich and not serving us. When they tell you they're serving, they're not. They're not serving us. They're serving themselves. Another reason to vote for me, in case you hadn't guessed, I have what I call a Ranger sense of humor. Now, in the Rangers, we go through a lot of bad stuff, and I've been through a lot of ups and downs and bad things in my life. And if you don't have the ability to laugh through the hard times, you're not going to get anywhere. A lot of times you'll hear me shake my head, and and I'm sarcastic, and I know that, and I'm sarcastic for a reason. But this sense of humor gets me through the hard times, and it can be a very dark sense of humor at times. If you know any other Rangers or Special Operations guys or infantry guys or Marine Corps guys, we get through hard things with a sense of humor and working together. That's how we do it. And that's how you get through this stuff. When I laugh, it's not because I think this stuff is funny, and it's not trivial, and I don't take it lightly. It's because I just shake my head, and it's like, all right, we got to put the shoulder to the grindstone and just do what needs to be done. And the American people are fed up with it. All races, all backgrounds, they're fed up with these people. And the only way of changing it, I don't want people to get desperate and think that there's no way it's always going to be this way with politicians. You can change that. You can change that, but it starts with getting people who aren't part of the system and letting them go there and letting them work together. Ideally, I would like to see, for a couple terms, 435 veterans. If you put 435 veterans in a room, I don't care what party they're from, they will work something out. They will get everything done, and they'll have it done in about a week. There's just not a sense of urgency, and the people that are there now aren't the brightest people. They are the backslappers and the money people and the people who know how to schmooze people. They get there and they don't know how to fix the problems, so they focus on little piddly-ass stuff, and they try and distract the population and get them over here. Meanwhile, we're facing some very serious things with Russia, China, inflation, our economy, the things that really could cripple this country and cripple all of our lives, make things worse for everyone, and no one wants to address them because they can't. They don't know how. And there are solutions. Go look at my videos, people. I'm asking you, check out my YouTube videos. I know some of them are long, but the reason they're long is because I try to get the information out there. I could do quick snippets, quick hit and run videos, but it doesn't allow you to see where I'm coming from. So if you see any other, and please, somebody show me any other candidate from either side that's putting out videos like these, explaining to you how things would be done. So that's it. This is part 2. I'm going to do a part 3 in a minute. Hopefully get it up today. But this is Super Bowl Sunday, so I hope everyone has a good time and can relax and watch the game and enjoy it. And hopefully There won't be any bullshit political social justice slants. Everybody just relax and watch a football game. That would be ideal. So again, I'm Eric Carlson, running for Congress in the 1st Congressional District in Illinois, and I hope you'll support me. I'm looking to do this for the people here and show you what a real servant would look like. So thank you and have a good Sunday.